Most of us will be familiar with Alzheimer's and Parkinson's as forms of degenerative dementia. However, awareness of dementia with Lewy bodies, also known as DLB, is much lower, despite being the second most common form of dementia. The Lewy Body Society is on a mission to educate, improve understanding and support research in DLB. And as Sarah Lockett found out, it's not somebody's problem, it's everybody's problem.
Can I stop you for 1 second? I'm just asking people if you've heard of dementia with Lewy bodies.
No.
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 My mum works with people who have dementia in a care home and she's not mentioned it.
It's a type of dementia that affects maybe up to 100,000 people in the UK. You haven't heard anything?
No.
I saw it in my grandparents, I think, that if they changed the behaviour and forgotten that they used to do it a different way.
In Chester Street in County Durham is one man who's been living with dementia with Lewy bodies, or DLB, since his diagnosis in 2003. Ken Clasper has terrifying nightmares and hallucinations of insects and animals, which he's learnt to rationalise.
There was times I saw what I thought was a bird flying around the house. We had a dog and he was the only thing that kept me sane when I was there, because I wasn't sure. And I realised eventually if he hadn't moved, then it was in my brain. And graphic nightmares, and they're so graphic you act them out, which gets quite nasty.
Caring for him involves planning, patience and some unexpected factors.
When we came back to this house, which was Ken's parents' house, they had patterned carpets. So we've had to change the carpets to have plain ones that you can't see things in the carpet, shall we say. But you can still see spiders.
The Lewy Body Society was founded in 2006 as the first UK charity focused solely on DLB, the second most common type of dementia in older people. Part of their mission is to raise awareness.
We want health professionals, if somebody presents themselves to an A&E department, to a memory clinic, with the symptoms, hallucinations, delusions, paranoia, lack of REM sleep, to actually give consideration that this could be Lewy body dementia, to make sure that people are specifically not given antipsychotic drugs where the illness could be made much worse for that person.
At Newcastle University's Institute for Ageing, sections of preserved DLB brains are prepared for analysis. Currently, the only definitive tests are post-mortem, but they're working on tests during life, which may include heart scans and a skin test.
It was really only when we got new staining methods in the 1990s that suddenly the Lewy bodies here are very easy to see.
Researchers here have developed clinical diagnostics guidelines which they think will identify 90% of cases, so it won't be mistaken for Alzheimer's.
Alzheimer's disease was described first, so people have tended to assume that all dementia was due to Alzheimer's disease. However, having said that, we've known about dementia with Lewy bodies for 25 years now. The symptoms have been quite well characterised. So I think there's an issue of previous guidelines that we've issued haven't really been sufficiently precise. That's what the new guidelines are supposed to do.
Talk me through what this is.
Oh, this is just a bloggerite. The Lewy Body Society is absolutely brilliant and I support them in any way I can, because it's important that they get recognition as well as the bigger charities.
It's vital that people know that people aren't frightened of this disease. It's frightening enough when we know about it.
The challenge now is understanding the mechanisms underneath the disease. Why does Lewy body disease occur? Why does it sometimes called Parkinson's disease and other times called dementia with Lewy bodies? Because when we understand those things, we'll be able to develop and target really effective treatments. And we're not far from that point, I don't think.
Drug trials are underway and the Lewy Body Society is funding 4 UK research projects. It's hoped greater awareness will lead to early diagnosis, a key factor in people living as well as they can with the disease.